You're walking through a futuristic grocery store. Down the dairy aisle, you've got your usual suspects. Cow's milk, almond milk, oat milk, goat milk. And right there, next to the heavy cream, a carton of lion milk. Or maybe Tiger Latte for your morning commute. Sounds wild, right? But seriously, why don't we? Humans drink the milk of cows, goats, sheep, camels, even water buffaloes. We've domesticated almost anything with an udder. So why hasn't anyone ever strolled down to a local tiger farm to grab a gallon of apex predator juice? Is it toxic? Does it taste like battery acid and despair? Or is there a biological reason why the milk of the hunters is entirely off the menu? Stick with me, because today we're diving into the bizarre, high-stakes science of why nature's ultimate drink belongs strictly to the herbivores, and why milking a grizzly bear is practically an extreme sport. To understand why predator milk is a no-go, we first have to remember what milk actually is. It's not just a beverage, it's an engineered biological survival kit. Every mammal's milk is custom-tailored by millions of years of evolution for one specific purpose: to turn a helpless newborn into a thriving adult of that specific species. Think about a cow. What does a baby cow, a calf, need to do? It needs to stand up within an hour of birth, walk around, grow massive bones, and eventually spend all day grazing on grass. Cow's milk is basically liquid architecture. It's packed with calcium, sugars, and proteins designed to build a heavy, sturdy skeleton, and a digestive system capable of fermenting heavy vegetation. Now, look at us, humans. We hijacked the cow's evolutionary blueprint. We looked at a system designed to turn a 90-pound calf into a 1,500-pound beast, and we said, yeah, pour that on my Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And surprisingly, it worked. Because cows are docile. They produce massive quantities of milk, and their diet of grass is easy to manage. The predator problem. So if cow milk works for us, why not predator milk? Let's look at the animals at the top of the food chain. Lions, tigers, wolves, and bears. Right off the bat, we hit our first massive roadblock: diet. Cows eat grass. Grass is everywhere, and they can eat a lot of it. That means a dairy cow is basically a giant living milk factory, churning out volume 24/7. Carnivores? They don't have that luxury. Meat is hard to hunt, scarce, and metabolically expensive to catch. Because of this, predators live a feast or famine lifestyle. A lioness might gorge on a zebra today and not eat again for a week. Because food is inconsistent, predators simply do not produce massive volumes of milk.
But let's play mad scientist for a second. Let's pretend you do manage to tranquilize a polar bear, dodge its massive paws, and milk it. What comes out of that carton? Spoiler alert, it's probably going to taste repulsive. Milk flavor is heavily dictated by what an animal eats. Cows eat grass and grains, giving their milk a mild, sweet, creamy profile. Carnivores, on the other hand, eat, well, meat, blood, and organs. A diet high in protein, fat, and fish, think about polar bears eating seals or wolves eating deer, creates a heavy chemical profile in the body. Predator milk is notoriously high in protein and fat because carnivore babies need to grow fast and fierce. But that high concentration of urea, sulfur compounds, and animal fats would make the milk taste intensely gamey, metallic, and utterly foul. In fact, historical accounts from Arctic explorers who tried marine mammal milk, like seal or whale milk, describe it as thick, yellow, fishy sludge that coats your mouth like warm machine grease. Delicious, right? And finally, we have to talk about the elephant, or rather the cheetah, in the room. Behavior. To have a dairy industry, you need animals that are easy to herd, easy to handle, and relatively chill. Cows, goats, and sheep are social prey animals. Their instinct when humans are around isn't necessarily to murder us, it's to panic and run away, or just stand there chewing cud. Predators? Evolution wired them to do the exact opposite. They are solitary or live in fierce territorial packs. Their primary instinct when cornered or stressed is to defend themselves with bone-crushing jaws and razor-sharp claws.
So why can't we drink milk from predators? Because nature didn't design them to be milk makers. She designed them to be hunters. Their bodies produce scarce amounts of milk, tailored for high-protein, wild survival, pumped out by animals that view us as a light snack rather than a farmer. Next time you pour a glass of regular old cow's milk or your favorite plant-based alternative, take a second to appreciate it. Be glad we live in a world where our dairy comes from gentle giants like cows, rather than a pack of wolves.